let's have some fun. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you in the outdoors.
All right, y'all. So what you guys saw in the intro was my first 3 shots to verify where this crossbow scope is hitting on my FX-1 Blackout recurve crossbow that I've nicknamed my 300 Blackout because it is a blackout crossbow. But either way, those shots at 20 yards, and I'm trying to get them dead center at 20, aren't bad at all. I just need to move the scope over a little bit and take some more shots. So that's what we're about to do. By the way, if you guys are new here to the DG Outdoors channel, my name's Daniel. Thank you for watching. Guys, let's have some fun. All right, y'all. So like I said, we're about 2 inches from the bullseye right here. So I need to move my shots to the left. And then we should be dead on at 20 yards. So this does actually say right here, 1 click is 1/4 inches at 100 yards. So I'm going to move this to the left. The arrow says to move it this way. So that's what we're going to do. And we're actually pretty close to the bullseye. We're not too far off. So I don't want to move it too far. I'm only going to move it that many clicks. And then we're going to shoot and see how far off bullseye we are with this group. Alright guys, so I'm going to take 1 shot here. Then we'll go down and check the target and see where these bolts are hitting. One shot, I can't really tell if I'm over any more. It looks like my first 3 shots were right there, so I'm pretty much right where I'm at. So let me leave this bolt in here and shoot the other 2. Alright guys, here is the second shot. The third shot. Alright, let's go check out these last 2 shots here. Well, I screwed up the fletchings on that one shot. Shot right through the fletching of that arrow. Holy smokes. And to be honest, I can't even tell if it moved any of the shots over at all. That's still a really tight group. Looks like I'm going to adjust the scope again. Alright y'all, so I moved the crosshairs to the left quite a bit here. And I left the arrow with the messed up fletching with the hole in it now in the target as a marker to see if the bolts move at all. So let's go ahead and take these 2 shots here. Alright guys, here we go with the second shot. How did we do? Wow, not too bad. Look at that. They're touching each other. There's the messed up bolt. So we are actually in bullseye. We're touching bullseye, so we're actually in bullseye. I could go a couple clicks over and get it dead spot on. Alright guys, so I did adjust the scope just a little bit more. I went down a hair and I went to the left a hair. So hopefully we'll be dead on bullseye and I didn't go down too far. But we will find out with shot number 1 of this last group. Again, I did leave the bolt with the messed up fletching in there just to see. Alright guys, here we go with the last shot. I jerked that a little bit. I felt it jerk, so hopefully it didn't throw my shot off. All right, guys, so I did flinch a little bit on that last shot, but look, we've got bullseye, and I'm gonna go ahead and call that sighted in pretty good. So yeah, I don't mind that group at all. All right, guys, so I got my crossbow scope pretty much dialed in at 20 yards. I forgot to mention, yeah, see, look, there's the one with the hole in it. But these are Fun Trust bolts I got at walmart.com. They're the same exact kind you can buy on Amazon. They were $23.99 for a dozen. 16-inch carbon bolts. They have a 100 grain point on there. And for hunting season, with this crossbow, I plan to use a 100 grain Muzzy Trocar crossbow broadheads with this. So guys, I'm going to get out of here. This has been a fun video. We got the crossbow scope dialed in, which is awesome. And y'all remember, like, comment, subscribe. Remember, Jesus loves you. Remember to push. Pray until something happens, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Let's have some fun. Baby, in the outdoors, let's have some fun. Grab your gun, grab your bow, grab your fishing pole. Let's go, let's have some fun. I'll meet you there.